Okay, guys, so the grammar lesson for today is going to be we will be learning about singular and plural nouns. So we know a lot about singular and plural. Obviously, we know singular is one object and plural is more than one. So for most nouns, you can be changing them from singular to plural just by adding an S to the end of the word. Now, some of the spellings have to change slightly when the words are made plural, depending how the word ends. And we'll get into a little bit of that here in just a second. And then some nouns have the same spelling in both the singular and the plural form. So we'll look at some examples of that here as well. So basically, a singular noun is one and you make it plural, but typically just adding an S and meaning then once it's plural, it's more than one. So adding an S. These are some examples: building, paper, taco, and then we're going to talk about some other examples here in a little bit. So building, to make a singular noun of building to be plural, all we did was add the S. Same with the word papers and tacos. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other examples that you guys can think of, but chair to chairs, desk to desk, teacher to teachers. Just simply an S at the end. That's the easiest way to add a plural. Now, a little bit different here is adding the ES at the end. And we do that for multiple reasons. And so if that word ends in an S, SH, CH, X, or Z, you will end the words with an ES. So for example, the word pass ends in an S, so you have to add ES because it would not look good to just add an S. Doesn't make sense. So that's where, since it ends in an S, you add an ES. Now, the word dish ends in SH, which we said was right here, so again, you add the ES. Fox ends in the X, so you have to add EX again, or ES again. Can you think of some other examples that you may be adding ES to? So one that I just thought of is peach, but peach ends in a CH, so I have to add an ES. Some other ones I'm trying to think of here. Lost all my train of thought. Well, I don't know. Now I'm struggling. Like toss. To make this plural, you have to add ES because it ends in that S form. So just a couple more examples. Now, there's one more rule in here that if a noun ends in an O, followed or preceded by a consonant, you need to add ES. So for the word hero, it ends in an O, so that means, or it's not, I messed that up. It's not followed, the consonant is before the O, excuse me, not followed. So if you have a word and it's a consonant O or a consonant O or something like that, if the consonant is before the O, you have to add ES at the end of it. So hero has an O with a consonant preceding before it, so you have to add ES to make it heroes. Same with dodo. The O preceded with a D, so you add ES for the plural format. Same with potato, followed with a T, you add ES. Just like the word tomato, the O followed with the T, you have to add ES. Just like potatoes, tomatoes. All right. Now, I know you know this one because we've taught this a lot since kids were growing up. The adding the IES. This is where if a noun ends in a Y you want to go ahead and drop the Y and add IES. So for example, berry ends in a Y, so we drop the Y and add IES. Same with the word dairy, 2 dairies, and poppy, 2 poppies. Can you think in your head of a couple more examples? Thank you, Mary is. If you marry someone the other way. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. But if it ends in a Y, you drop the Y and add IES. Now this one I think right here is probably the trickiest when it comes to spelling, because you can be adding an ES or an S, but it simply depends on what does the word end in. So if a word ends in an F or an FE, you have to change the F to a V and add ES or S depending on. So if you're looking at the word loaf, it ends in an F, so you drop the F and add VES. Same with the word life. You drop the V or the F, change it to a V, because you don't say lifes and you don't say loafs. You say loaves and lives. So that's where the difference is there. Same with the word half. We don't say halves, we say halves. Drop that F, change it to a V, add ES. Can you think of some others in your head? All right, so that's all I have for this lesson. I'm going to go ahead and post this so you have access to this to look at while you do your grammar. Your grammar homework for tonight is grammar 7.2. So you need to make sure that, oh wait, it might be 7.1. We'll do 7.2 tonight. So grammar 7.2 is you need to change the, well, actually, let me double check. I feel like it might be grammar 7.1. Let's see here. Oh, nope. We did grammar 7.1 last week. So this is, we're going to do grammar 7.2. So this is where we'll change it. There are paper copies in the Tuesday bin. If you choose to do paper copies, make sure you get your name on it and turned in, please. They are due on Wednesday. If you have some time at the end of class today, by all means, please feel free to do it then. And it's also on Canvas if you would need to do it on there. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.